What is mean by constructor? Constructor, the name itself it is indicating, no, it is constructing. Correct, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I think you are able to view now, ma, constructors page.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is mean by a constructor, ma? Constructor is a special member function. Special member function which helps in initializing an object while it is declared. While it is declared. What does it mean? You did not understood, I understood. See here, in previous example, have you seen the member function name is same and the class name is same? Just now I told you.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, ma? So here what we are doing is that a constructor is a special member function whose task is to initialize the object of its class. To initialize the object of its class. Why it is special, ma? Because the class name and the constructor name both are same. Class name and the constructor name both are same. And the constructor is invoked when an object of its associated class is created. When an object of its associated class is created. So it is called as constructor because it constructs the values of data members of the class. It constructs the values of data members of a class. So here you can see, you will understand while I am telling the program, don't worry. Constructor has the same name. See the characteristics, ma. Constructor has the same name as that of the class it belongs. Okay, that means class name and the constructor name is same. What is a constructor then? Constructor is a special member function. Constructor is nothing different, ma. Constructor is a special member function. Why it is a special? Because the class name and that function name is same. Class name and the function name is same. And remember that always the constructor should be declared under as a public member only. Always the constructor should be declared as a public member only, and it is invoked implicitly at the time of creation of the object. Okay, now you see here, this is the class sample, ma. This is the normal member function, correct? Normal member function. Now you have defined the normal member function. Normal member function read. Where you have defined? Yeah, here. Here you have defined outside the class. You have defined. Okay, now class sample s. S is what? Can you tell me? S is what, ma? S is the
Object.
object. Now when I declared yes object, automatically will these two will execute, ma?
No, ma'am.
No. When they will get executed? Only
When it's called.
when they are called through the object only they get executed. Yes, ma, is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
But in constructors what happened, ma? If I declare this as the, see for example here sample, here I will change sample, ma. Special member function I told, no? Special member function I told. Okay, now when I say this sample is a special member function whose name is similar with the class name, in this case what happens, ma? When I declare s is the object in the main function, when I declare s is the object in the main function, no need to call, ma. No need to call this function. Automatically what happens, ma? This function gets executed. This function gets executed. That means this code will execute when an object is created, not when it is called. Automatically, implicitly, that means automatically it will execute when the object is created. Have you understood the third point?
Yes, ma'am.
Now see here, what is the first point you have to remember, ma? Class name and the constructor name should be same. What is the constructor, ma? What is the constructor? It is a
Special member function.
special member function. Okay. Class name and the constructor name should be same. Now where it should be defined, ma? It should be declared or defined in the public section only. Okay. And when it will get invoked, ma? Once the object is created, automatically it will get invoked. Okay. So here, constructors have neither return value nor void. That means what, ma? Normally member function should be defined with what, ma? Return type. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, int or void we have to use. But constructor, special member function will not have any return type or any void also. So it should directly will be having a class name and its arguments. Okay, na? Now the main function of a constructor is to initialize object. What is the reason of constructing the object, ma? Whatever the constructor will have the definition, that will be automatically initialized to objects. That means whatever we are defining in constructor will automatically will be initialized in the object. And constructors can have default and can be overloaded. That means what, ma? You can create a default constructor or you can create a constructor overloaded. Constructor overloaded means function overloading, you have heard, no? Function
Yes,
overloading.
ma'am.
In function overloading, how we have seen, ma? Function names are same. Like that, here also I can have a constructor names are same. The special member functions, they can have more than one. That means all the constructors with the same name also I can build. I can go with the constructor overloading. I can go with the default constructors. Default functions I told, no, with default function arguments. The same way default constructors also I can build. So type of constructors. How many types of constructors are the default constructor? You know very well what is the default constructor, ma? Constructor without arguments, we can call it as a default constructor. Next, parameterized constructor. What is meant by parameterized, ma? Constructor with the parameters. Constructor with the parameters or arguments, we can call it as a parameterized constructor. Then copy constructor. That means the copy
Class and
constructor will
object.
be able to be copying from one object to object. We can copy the constructor values. Okay, we will see one by one, ma. All these do we have in the syllabus? We don't have dynamic constructors. Till these three are there: default constructor, parameterized constructor, and copy constructor. Now first we will see default constructor, ma. We already know very well that default constructor is the constructor which does not consist of any arguments. Okay. Now see here, A is the constructor. You think A is the constructor. Do we have arguments here? No, there are no arguments.
No, ma'am.
So it consists of body. It consists of body. Now this is a special member function. So it is a constructor. It should not have any return type or void also. So I did not specify anything here. Now in this example you see, ma, what is the class name?
Construct.
Construct is the class name. Can you tell me these data members are private or public, X and Y?
Private.
Private, ma'am.
Very good, private. These are the data members and these are the member functions. These member functions are declared public. Now in public, you can see again, construct with no arguments is there. When you see the name construct, you can understand that it is a special member function constructor. Clear? You can easily understand. Now it is not consisting of any argument. So we can say it is which constructor, ma?
Default constructor.
Default constructor. See here, normal member function will have the return type. Either it may be return type or void. But here constructor will not have any return type or void. Okay. So now two member functions we have declared. Two Two member functions we have declared. One is the constructor and the other one is the display function. Display function. Now see here, we are closing the class mark. Now here we should not specify any return type for the constructor, right? So that's why here also there is no return type. Normally when we define, here you mention the return type. You can see here. We are not mentioning any return type here also. So this construct is the class name. This construct is the class name. And this construct is the constructor or a member function. This construct is the constructor or a member function. Okay. So we are telling that this constructor is the member function of this construct class. Okay. Now in this, x is equal to 10 we gave, y is equal to 20 we gave. So can a constructor can access the private members? Yes, because it is declared under public. And remember that always the constructor should be declared under public section only. Now x is equal to 10, y is equal to 20. Okay. Now these values will be initialized to whom? Can you tell me?
Objects, ma'am.
Very good. See here, this point tells you clearly. Here the main function of constructor is to initialize object. So the objects will get initialized with these values automatically. Now see here, this is the normal function ma. Return type, construct is the class name and display is the function name. Now in this, here you see I am printing the first value is x, the second value is y. Okay. Now in main function, I have created an object, construct DC. What happens, you tell me? Constructor will get invoked. So that means this will get invoked. Now this DC is the object is initialized with x value as 10 and y value as 20. Okay. Now it will print. No, it will not print. Here we did not give any print option, no. So it will not print. X is equal to 10, y is equal to 20 is initialized. Now I want to print. So for printing purpose, which should be called ma? Display function should be called. DC dot display. DC is the object dot display. Now x value is already taken, no? DC object consists of x value, no? Already it is initialized, no? X value is what? 10. And y value is what? 20. So here what does it print, ma? X is equal to 10 and y is equal to 20 will be printed.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma? This program in you. Just I am executing and I am showing, ma. DC is there. See here, when I am executing this, can you see my output? The first value is 10, second value is 20.
Yes, ma'am.
Here, go on to parameterized constructor. Now, what is a parameterized constructor? You can say that yourself. You can say. What is a parameterized constructor?
With parameters.
The constructor that consists of parameters. Now you see here, class name is construct we have taken, and here private members are x and y, and here again the constructor is the member function we have taken with the parameters, 2 parameters. So usually member function also we can declare with only type of the parameters in declaration, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Only type of parameters also can be declared, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
This is applicable for normal member function also. So we have declared a constructor with 2 parameters of type integer. A normal member function we declared is display. Now outside the class, so once this is ended with semicolon, it is class is ended. Outside the class, I am defining the constructor. If I want to define the constructor outside the class, no need of return type value. Okay, so construct is the class name, scope resolution operator, and class name is the, Member function name is the constructor. Here again, constructor. So here two values I have taken, value 1, value 2. And I am initializing x is equal to private data member x is equal to value 1. Private data number y is equal to value 2. So whatever value 1, value 2 you have given, that will be assigned to x and y. Now see here, this is the normal member function printing the first value and the second value. Here you see ma, I am declaring a object. Object name is what ma? PC. When the object is declared, what happened? You tell me. Constructor will get invoked. This constructor will get invoked. And what are the values? In object we gave the values 10 and 20. So these values will be passed to where ma? VAL1, VAL2. And these are assigned to whom ma? X and Y.
X and Y.
Correct? Again. So now when you create PC object, 10 and 20 will be assigned to X and Y. Now when you declared PC1, then what happens ma? Value 1 value is 100 and value 2 value is 200 and these are assigned to X and Y. Now if I call a display function, if I call display function through the PC object, what will be the output? You tell me. What it will display?
10 and 20.
10 and 20. First value is 10, second value is 20. Now see here, through this object, PC1 object, I am calling display function. So at that time, what it will print ma?
100 and 200.
Yes, the first value is 100, it will print. The second value is 200, it will print. And
yes,
so why we are giving here 10, 20 ma? We are passing parameter values. Here we are passing the parameter values. So 10 and 20 is given.